Have you ever noticed that people who feel truly good within themselves don't need to put others down? They don't need to gossip, they don't need to judge, they don't need to create this quiet feeling of us against them. And it makes you wonder, what does that actually say about what real strength is? Welcome to Soul Time, a show that explores the world of unlocking your unique potential. My name is Dr. Katja Makowka, and I'm a teacher at school, a former teacher at universities, and a stress and mental coach. And I'm your host. If we look around, we can see how certain behaviors have become very normal. Talking about others when they are not there. Quick judgments, small comments that seem harmless in the moment. And sometimes it even feels like connection, like we are sharing something and agreeing on something and being part of a group. And often there is no bad intention behind it. But if we slow down just a little, we might start to notice that not everything that feels like connection actually builds something good. Because gossiping, judging, or quietly putting someone down doesn't come from strength. It might feel like it for a moment, and it might create a sense of belonging, and it might even give a short feeling of being a little above someone else. But that feeling doesn't last. And more importantly, it doesn't come from a place of inner stability. People who feel grounded within themselves don't need that. They don't need to lower someone else to feel okay. They don't need to create distance to feel connected. And that doesn't mean they are perfect. It simply means they don't build their sense of self on someone else's expense. And when we look a little deeper, we can also understand something important. In many situations where negativity spreads, people don't act alone. There is often a group, a shared agreement, a quiet sense of we are right or we are together in this. And that can feel safe because being part of a group gives validation. It creates a sense of strength, at least on the surface. But when that sense of strength depends on putting someone else down, it's not really strength. It's something much more fragile, because real strength doesn't need that kind of support. Real strength looks different. It shows up in how we treat people, especially when they are not in the room. It shows up in the moments where it would be easy to join in, and we choose not to. It shows up when we stay aligned with our values, even if that means stepping out of a conversation or simply not adding to it. And that doesn't always feel easy. In fact, it often takes more strength to stay kind than to join negativity. It takes more awareness to pause instead of agreeing. And it takes more courage to stand in your values than to follow what feels comfortable in the moment. Because choosing kindness and respect is not weakness. It's not something soft or naive. It's a conscious decision. A decision about who we want to be, about what we want to contribute, about what kind of environment we help create. Because whether we realize it or not, we always shaping the space we are part of. With our words, with our reactions, with what we choose to support or even not support. And over time, those small choices add up. They shape relationships, they shape trust, they shape how safe people feel around us. And as always, children are watching. They notice how we talk about others. They notice what we laugh at, what we agree with, what we stay silent about. They pick up on what is considered normal. And through that, they learn something very powerful. They learn whether kindness is something to protect or something to live. They learn whether strength means being part of a group that puts others down, or being someone who stands grounded in their values, even when it's not the easiest path. And maybe that's where this becomes most meaningful, because this isn't about being perfect. It's not about never having a thought or a reaction. It's about awareness, about noticing those small moments where we have a choice and choosing again and again what we want to bring into the world. Because we don't need to create strength by spreading negativity. We don't need to build connection by excluding someone else. We can choose something different. We can choose to uplift, to respect, to stay grounded in who we are. And that kind of strength is quiet, but it's real. It doesn't need to prove anything, and it lasts. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to Soul Time. I'm very grateful because you have given me the greatest treasure of your life, your time. If you enjoyed this episode, click the subscribe button so that you get a notification every time a new episode is out.